very crazy, and when you do it, people just look at you like, are you okay?
Cut and action.
This video is all about 5 top ways in which you can heal your inner child. In this whole race of being the best self, being the most successful, having the most money, being able to afford an incredible house, or have freedom of time, money, and location, sometimes we forget that the foundation is who we are. And if we have a solid foundation, we will be able to achieve the goals that we have set for ourselves. So this video will equip you with 5 very small but very heartfelt tools or things that you can do to connect with your inner child and feel more at peace and happy. So let's go! Hi, my name is Umama and welcome to my channel, which focuses on all things and all the information that you need to create your dream life, whether it is your dream school, your dream job, or any different part of your life which will help you be successful and feel more fulfilled. I thought that I really need to do this video because I think we have this incredible, this really burning desire to be our best selves and go to a place where we are happy. It might be, I don't know, buying a house in Miami. It might be getting your first Gucci bag or a Lamborghini. I don't know. But I do think that while we are running for these material possessions and we want to be successful, whatever our definition is, it is actually based on a solid foundation, and that solid foundation is you and who you are. And you might have noticed, there are so many celebrities who rise to fame and at the peak of their career and at the peak of what our worldly standards of success are, they just come back and they're like, oh, they are into drug overuse, or they're in depression or going to rehab for substance abuse. And I do believe that they might have bigger problems, but I do believe that you need a solid foundation where you build your career or your life and your aspirations. And happiness is not something which will happen to you when you have XYZ possessions and your net worth is ABC. Happiness is not in that destination. It is now. And if you feel fulfilled now, you will be better equipped to work for your dream life. So this video is a more heart-to-heart talk on how to heal your inner child, so that you feel connected with where you have come from while you are on the journey to where you want to be. So the number 1 tip for healing your inner child, and don't get me wrong, but I think it is one of the best ways, I think it is to get a drawing book or get a sketchbook, get some colors, get some paints, and literally just start drawing and coloring. And no, it is not a waste of time. Honestly, I feel as kids, we used to do it so much and it really helps spark creativity. I think it will be really, really helpful to just let your mind wander. And I think in the beginning, for example, when I was coloring, I was literally taking it so seriously like an adult and coloring inside the lines and thinking, oh, a parrot should always be green and a leaf should always be green and sun should always be yellow. But I don't know, that was me when I first started. And then, and this entire obsession that we have as a grown-up that everything needs to be perfect. And then slowly I decided to color like this, and it's literally outside the lines, and a bird can be yellow if I want, a leaf can be pink, I don't mind. And I think it really heals something inside of you when you feel, okay, I can just do whatever I want. I don't have to color a certain way and I don't have to be a certain way. So I do think it's not just coloring and painting, it's you knowing that, society might have defined some things for us, but we can color outside the lines. We can question why a leaf should be green and it shouldn't be pink. We can question those things. And as children, it came very naturally to us to just do what we wanted. But for some reason, we unlearned all those things and we knew that things have to be a certain way. So I do think it is very, very therapeutic. In the beginning, it will feel like, but no, know, as you do it, like trust the process, you will literally have so much fun with it. And there are many like adult coloring books as well, and you can choose themes. So you can choose if you want forest, you can choose if you want animals, like any theme that you want, fairies, like castles. Honestly, it's cute and it's amazing to allow yourself these small little players, and it's not even like an expensive activity. So highly recommend it. The second way, and honestly it's so simple, but I think we live in these concrete walls. Go to our concrete offices, there is just a lot of man-made space, and we literally need to God's creation, and we literally need to connect ourselves to nature. So that is why my second way to connect with your inner child is actually going to a park and doing the things that you used to do as a child. So for me, it was a lot about like playing frisbee and then making small houses out of the things that I would find. So I would make houses out of clay and then decorate it with the little flowers or grass. Like, it was amazing. I would sometimes make like kitchen equipment from the mud. It was like I had so much fun doing that. Like, just go to the park, and sometimes, yeah, you don't want to do these kiddie activities or those childish activities. You can literally like take a book and go and read in the sun. And the weather is getting nicer as well now that it's spring. So go to that and play with flowers. I also used to make the necklaces or jewelry made out of flowers, and you can also do that. Like, it's super simple, but trust me, it will heal like a part of you that you never knew, like that you forgot about. The third way, and don't laugh at this, but honestly, just hear me out. You remember when we were like little kids, and every time it would rain, we would be running to that puddle of water, wherever it was, and we would go and do like jump on that puddle and go chop, 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 chop. I was honestly just thinking of that, looking at a child the other day, and I was like, wow, it used to be me. Like, I used to not care about anything. I used to see like this puddle of water, and I would just jump. And me and my siblings, we also used to like have a water fight in the rain sometimes. So I was thinking, why and when did we ever grow this old, that we are too old to do these little tiny things that make us happy? And I wanted to say, yeah, like, for once, when it rains the next time, don't worry about your clothes getting wet. Don't worry about your shoes or socks getting wet. I mean, not on your way to office, maybe on your way back. Just enjoy, like, throw that umbrella and just enjoy the gift of nature. Like, rain is such a beautiful thing, and just, I think it like heals a part of you, honestly. Like, as kids, we didn't really matter, and it used to be the ultimate treat to have your parents say yes to like this dancing in the rain. And now that we are adults and we're completely capable of doing this ourselves, we're like, no. Like, oh, why do we do that? So honestly, just try and let me know how it goes. The fourth one, and honestly, it's my favorite one. No, not my favorite. Okay, I like all of them. But the fourth one is, I know we live in spaces where sometimes we don't have the grass or we don't have access to a lot of nature. But honestly, just go to the park in the morning when there is like fresh dewdrops on the grass. Like, throw your socks away and just walk barefoot on the grass and see how that feels. I know, very cliche. No, it's not cliche. I think we don't do enough of these things which make us feel alive anymore. So do that and see how it feels. Like, the fresh dew on your feet, honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing for your brain. And I also read a study that when you do this, it actually activates your brain and your neurons and improves your memory. So being connected to nature is actually so good for you. And the other one is, if you live close to the beach or close to a place with sand, walk barefoot on the sand. It really, really, really will ground you. And yeah, I think tell me how it feels. And the fifth and the final one. And if till now you did not believe that I'm completely crazy, this one will do the job for you. And this one, okay, honestly, I never did that growing up, but I made this really amazing friend in Paris, and she taught me this fifth technique, and it's very crazy. And when you do it, people just look at you like, are you okay? But it's amazing. And okay, I'm gonna tell you, it's go hug a tree, and that's your homework. And out of all of these 5 things, if you only choose to do one, I would say choose this one. And okay, it doesn't sound too okay, but honestly, when the first time I heard it, I was like, are you crazy? Are you seriously, like, are you kidding me? And my friend, she is the most beautiful, like one of the most beautiful souls I know, and she's like, oh mama, don't do it, like, don't, just try. And the way she explained it, I will explain the way she told me. She said, you know, it's really nice to let go of that social anxiety, that constant feeling of what people are going to say, this constant need for adhering or conforming to the societal views of what is right, the way you're supposed to act, the way an adult should act, the way you should be. There is this constant pressure, which is like always, how do I say it? It's always like shoved on us that we should be a certain way, we should act a certain way. And honestly, of course, we should always act in a way that does not hurt anyone. But sometimes we disconnect with ourselves and we hurt our own selves. And that is why I felt like this activity of like literally just going and hugging a tree was so, it's so nice. Just do that. And yes, people look, people do look at you, but trust me, they smile at you. It's not, they don't laugh at you, they smile at you because they're like, oh, okay, that's crazy, that's nice. And you know, it just helps you let go of that social anxiety and that constant need of being validated and being like acceptable, and it's really healing. And also I feel we're so distant from nature, from God, and from ourselves that, you know, hugging a tree, it's a living actual being. And yeah, when you hug a tree, it's like this soul has lived for hundreds of years. It was here before you, and it has this really grounding power, and it has been through its seasons, and it's a living being. And I cannot explain that feeling. You need to go hug a tree and then let me know how that went and how did you feel. Because honestly, I cannot describe that feeling. I think that is all for the 5 main ways to heal your inner child. I also want to add one bonus tip, which really helped me, and I will show you. Okay, here is everything. So this tip, honestly, for this, the main thing over here is recall the things that really made you happy as a child. Okay, I need to catch my breath. Recall all the things which used to make you happy as a kid. Was it drawing? Was it painting? Was it cycling? Was it dancing in the rain? Was it reading? Was it, I don't know, playing the video game or Tekken or some game with your siblings? So do that. And I realized that I substituted to Kindle like a few years ago, and I've been trying to like be more better with my habit of reading, but honestly it was just not happening. And I travel and I move around a lot, and I felt, oh my god, I cannot actually afford to get more books and then throw them away because I do not have a space. But I realized that I don't read as much anymore because the feeling of actually like holding an actual book in your hand and smelling the pages, flipping the pages, unraveling the story. It's a completely different feeling, and there will never be a substitute for it. So I went to the bookstore and I got I used to read fiction as well, and now growing up I only read non-fiction. But I was like, no, I'm gonna read all sorts of things and connect to my inner self. Yes, I want to learn lessons, but I can learn lessons from fiction as well. So I got this book, The Way I Used to Be, completely recommended. I've only read half of it in 2 days, but it's a really amazing one. Then I got another book which is Anti-Fragile, and it's non-fiction. And yeah, I just thought, why not? And then I got a book on Okinawa food because I'm trying to improve my nutrition and do things which are really good for my body. And then I got another non-fiction, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. No idea what that is going to be. And then 7 Faceless Saints. But honestly, even making that purchase, I felt, I'm doing something that my younger self loved doing. I love reading so much. I would be reading in the library, I would be reading in my break, I would be reading as soon as I'm home. Literally, in my library, I had read most of the books that I was interested in. And basically fiction or self-help. Not self-help, non-fiction. So yeah, anything other than course books, I would have read that. And honestly, it's an amazing feeling to do the things that you really love, and I really fell out of biking as well, and I want to do that as well. So think, as a child, what were the things that made you super happy? What were the activities that you used to do? And try to do more of that, and you will feel super, super connected to your inner self. That is all for my top 5 ways to heal your inner child, and I really, really hope that it helps. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really hope that it helped you in some small way. And yeah, I really hope that you feel better after you try one or all of these little activities. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if you have any more ideas for things that I should share and things that I should do. If you like this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. I come up with new videos every single week, and I will see you in the next video.